All power has a price. You have received a flaw. Your flaw is clear conscience. Flawed description. You cannot lie. Can't lie. I can't lie. Me. How am I supposed to live if I can't lie?
You have conquered the nightmare. Awake, lost from light.
"What are you looking at?" she said, not a gram of humor in her voice.
Sonny blinked a couple of times, embarrassed, and quickly came up with an excuse. Then he opened his mouth and answered, "Your breasts."
Except for Sonny, there was only one other person. Another new sleeper, if he had to guess. It was a tall, slender girl of around his age, with clear gray eyes and a detached look on her face. She had strange, silver-white hair that was cut short and neatly parted to the side. Just like him, she was dressed in a police-issued tracksuit and had no personal belongings with her. He glanced at the girl and sighed. I wonder what flaw does she have? Sonny already knew that he was in for a wild ride, because he could not lie, and all of these excited youths, regardless of their clothes, gender, and looks, wanted to do one thing: talk.
Jeez, this class is fucking boring. I'm out of here.
Excuse me, did I hear you say something?
With all due respect, sir, suck my dick. You're an asshole.
Did you just call me an asshole? I once killed a man and took his boots. They were nice boots.
What? You killed someone just for a pair of boots?
Of course not. There were other reasons. I also took his cloak. A few minutes later, he had taken his usual seat near Cassia. Cassia suddenly turned her head and stared at him with her beautiful, blind blue eyes. What? Cassia was silent, as though hesitating if she should reply, and then suddenly said, "Happy birthday." What? Sonny frowned, trying to comprehend the meaning behind her words. Then a flash of surprise appeared on his face. "Oh, right. It's my birthday today." He had completely forgotten about it. He was turning 17 today.
Welcome to the dream realm, Sunless.
Here lies those who extinguish the sun, dreamers of the dark city. On this forgotten shore only steel remembers.
Your flaw is the most debilitating one I have ever seen or heard of. You are right. Without help from someone like Neff, it would have been a certain death sentence. And people like her, well, I'm not even sure that someone else like that exists. But that also means that the other side of the flaw, your power, is equally as extraordinary. You just haven't found the way to grasp it yet. When you do, believe me, you'll remember this conversation and feel very embarrassed about how naive and foolish you were.
Sword can pierce, it can cut, it can bash. It can be used effectively at a variety of ranges. It is swift and maneuverable. Every part of the sword, from tip to pommel, can be used to attack. When wielding a sword, you won't be the best at everything, but you'll be the most adaptable. Do you understand?
changing star once again turned to Sunny and, after a long pause, suddenly asked,
Do you know the legend of Odysseus?
Two and a half meter tall, weird looking demonic crab creature. And no one at their level should be able to take one down, but they were actually able to take out dozens of them all across the Forgotten Shores. And this trio just kept on traversing the Forgotten Shores until Cassie told them where to go. In a vision of hers, it said to go west, so that's exactly where they went.
Cassius sighed and tentatively nodded. After a long pause, she finally found the courage to speak. At first, I saw a boundless darkness locked behind 7 seals. Something vast was churning in the darkness. I felt like if I directly saw it, I would lose my mind. As I watched, terrified, the seals broke one after another until only one remained. And then that seal broke too. She trembled a little. After that, I don't know. It was as though my mind shattered into 1,000 shards, each shard reflecting its own image. Most of them were dark and scary. Some I have already forgotten. The other... Cassie fell silent, remembering. I saw the human castle again. Only this time it was at night. There was a lonely star burning in the black skies, and under its light, the castle was suddenly consumed by fire, with rivers of blood flowing down its halls. I saw a corpse in a golden armor sitting on a throne, a woman with a bronze spear drowning in a tide of monsters, an archer trying to pierce the falling sky with his arrows. Finally, she looked up, her face full of horror. In the end, I saw a colossal, terrifying crimson spire. At its base, 7 severed heads were guarding 7 locks, and at the top, a dying angel was being consumed by hungry shadows. When I saw the angel bleed, I suddenly felt as though something so precious that it can't be described with words was taken from me.
This island is our home. It's so nice here, with the three of us together. Why do you want to leave? Ned, help. Sunny had gone crazy.
On top of the soul-devouring tree, cracks ran through the giant stone egg as Sunny's sword plunged into it. A flash of sinister crimson light shined through the cracks, then disappeared, leaving behind nothing but darkness. A torrent of viscous black liquid flowed onto the white spider webs. In the ensuing silence, Sunny heard the spell's bewitching voice. You have slain a great devil, vile thieving bird spawn. The loathsome thieving bird was hated both by the gods and the unknown. However, it only cared about shiny things. Enamored by Weaver's beautiful eyes, it stole one of them on a dark, starless night.
Meu piru tá vindo aí.
And then while maintaining his sanity against the soul-devouring tree, he was able to convince Nephis and Cassie to build a boat in secret because they actually didn't want to leave the tree because they were stuck in that mind hex. He was then able to convince those two people to get inside of the boat they made and then push them off away from the tree. And I want you to remember that this was at nighttime whenever the Forgotten Shores had water filling it with insanely powerful monsters inside, so they had to somehow escape the grasp of all these ridiculously powerful creatures.
Why are you smiling? Sunny gave her a mischievous wink and shrugged. Look behind you. Behind her, a dark expanse of land was rising above the slope of the colossal crater. It looked ancient, but still impenetrable, able to withstand the crushing pressure of the dark sea for 1,000 more years. They had made it. They had found the human castle.
After finding this castle, they decided to make their way inside. And this is where they ran into one member who'd be joining their cohort eventually, and that's Effie. She's the muscle mommy of the story, and she's also really skilled at fighting and a really talented survivor of the Forgotten Shores. And she introduces them into the general situation of the castle, aka the Bright Castle. Now, Nephis creates her own little ragtag group of people who actually live on the outskirts of the Bright Castle. And this is one of the most underrated parts of the entire Forgotten Shores, because you have to see how these people live not being behind those protective walls. They get attacked by monsters constantly. They're weak. They're raggedy. They don't have many resources. They're so weak that they can't even kill monsters to become stronger. It's actually a really good and interesting part.
Dunlaw has done many despicable things, but I won't judge him for those. Who knows if any of us would have done any better? Keeping 1,000 hopeless people alive in this hell is the kind of task that can turn a saint into a demon. No. There is only one crime he committed that I can never forgive. It's that he gave up.
Changing Star frowned. There was a hint of surprise visible in her cold, gray eyes. My goal. Isn't it obvious? She gestured to the slum that surrounded them and the magnificent castle towering above it. I'm trying to help these people. What else? Sonny sighed. Then, turning his face away, he asked, "Hey, have I ever told you about my sister?" He smiled wistfully. I just was reminded of her recently, so I thought I'd share. You see, our parents died when we were little. She got adopted, but I ended up on the streets. Life wasn't really sweet for me. In fact, it was nothing but unsavory and bitter. So, young as I was, I simply imagined that it was the same for her. That's why I got obsessed with the idea of finding her. I had this fantasy in my head, you know, of saving and protecting her, becoming a family again.
shadows just outside the edge of that light. I observed her family for a while. She had parents who loved her and treated her well. She had real food and enough of it to never go hungry. She had pretty clothes and expensive textbooks. She even had cute younger siblings. They were all smiling, laughing, and having a great time together. After years of dreaming of finding his sister and saving her, Sonny was faced with the simple fact that she never really needed him.
Trace, come on, don't leave me. It can't be that easy, babe.
Fuck you, Beth. She blinked.
What?
He smiled crookedly. Sonny repeated her gesture, pointing at the surrounding hovels. I said, go fuck yourself with that bullshit. They've never helped them with. You might have fooled everyone else, but I know you. I know you better than anyone how to sing, so I don't buy your whole big rap even for sapphire and rivers of blood.
Fine. You got me. This world, Sonny. This cursed place. The dreamland. No, I won't be the first one to conquer the fourth planet. I will be the first one to conquer every nightmare. I'll go through them one after another, destroying anything and anyone who stands in my way. And when I get to the heart of the nightmare storm, I'm going to obliterate every part of it. I'm going to rip it to shreds. I'm going to decimate and bring it to ruin. You are the one who is obsessed with lies, Sonny, not me. You somehow always manage to keep your real thoughts, desires, and reasons hidden. I've never seen anyone so adept at deception. Congratulations, Sonny. The mind games you played with us were almost as devious as the mental hex of the Soul Devourer. It was nothing short of inspiring. You can even easily turn truths into lies. How thrilling. I never even knew that such a thing was possible. Silly me. I didn't know a lot of things before I met you. So you see, while you were learning how to use a sword from me, I was learning how to use people from you. So please, Sonny, accept my sincere gratitude. I could not have wished for a better teacher. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
I'm done. With that, he slowly turned around and took a step forward. Left behind, Nephis frowned. Where are you going? Come back here. He waved a hand and said in a suppressed tone, refusing to turn his head. Sorry, I have an errand to run. We'll talk some other time. Her frown deepened. Looking at his back, Changing Star gritted her teeth and called, I said come back, Sonny. This conversation isn't over. Come back here right now. But there was no answer. Sonny had already disappeared into the shadows, leaving her standing alone in the alley that was brightly lit by the last light of the dying sunset. After that conversation, she would not see Sonny again in months, as the treacherous shadow have lived alone in the outskirts of the dark city, full of spite of what happened to him and guilt for the thing he have done.
Oh, of course, Lord Sunless. What is your true name, then? Why? Why did he have to ask that question? But it was too late. What happened couldn't be changed. Like a cornered beast, Sonny could only think of one thing. Sonny leaped forward, picked up the crude iron knife, and stabbed it through the poor young man's heart. His whisper was hoarse and barely audible. Lost from light, right. You have slain Dreamer Harper. Your shadows grow stronger.
Why did he have to go through all of this? The slave caravan, the forgotten shore, changing star, and now Harper. What sin had he committed to have to go through this nightmare? Was he actually already dead and imprisoned in the depths of hell? Bullshit. He deserved it. Sonny gritted his teeth and forced himself to concentrate on that thought. Why do you even feel guilty? The bastard was going to sell you out to Gunlock. He knew that he was helping to kill you. And not just you alone. Neff, too. And Cassie. But no matter how hard he tried to convince himself that he had the right to kill Harper, deep down he could not accept it. There were a million ways to deal with the timid, pitiful spy. No, there was another reason. Come on now. There's no one else here. Why don't you be honest with yourself for once? Just admit it. Don't you dare become a hypocrite. Sonny grimaced and ground his teeth against each other. Say it. Reluctantly, he opened his mouth and whispered, I killed him because I wanted to survive. I killed him because it was easy. And just like that, he suddenly felt better.
I lived in the dark city completely alone and went slightly mad.
And you will not die of it. That I promise. And I promise. I think therefore I am. I am. I can't trust a damn home, 'cause it lights on its feet. I feel like the landlord, living your memory. Free, living
Forgotten Shores when the entire cohort has to basically abandon the Dark Castle to go and try to become stronger so they can come back and take down Gunlog and his crew. There's just so much beauty on this one journey alone, but it's sad because it's almost put to shame by what happens next. And that's the cohort's return to the Bright Castle, each one being buffed into oblivion.
Follow me, and I will lead you out of this hell. Follow me, and I will show you the path back to your homes. But make no mistake, the road ahead will be long and arduous. Not everyone will make it. The weak will die. The strong will die too, and those who remain won't be the same. But there is one thing I can promise you. Follow me, and you will never be slaves. Slaves to your fear, slaves to your fate, slaves to the nightmare spell. Come with me, and whether you live or die, you will do so, humans, not howling beasts.
She can't compare to me in any way. The very thought of it is ridiculous. However, she is fast. It's no matter. She'll exhaust her mana soon. On second thought, I'm not sure I can wait her out. If I can just create an opening. Damn you, Freeran. How did you train this girl to put up such a fight? Magic designed to kill.
To tell you the truth, Harris, I have killed many monsters. Some of them were nightmare creatures and some were men. I killed a person or two as well. But I have never done it out of malice. I've never enjoyed it too much. He paused and then spat, his voice shaking. But I will enjoy killing you. You embody everything that I despise. You sicken me. And for that reason alone, I'm going to end you. You don't deserve to live at all.
This was the perfect fate. Her light was the only thing that could counter the devil's darkness. As long as she was alive, the Black Knight would do anything to kill her first. And while he focused on her, Saint planted her foot on the devil's great sword and shattered it with a deafening crack. Shards of black steel rained down. For a long moment, it just looked at her, and then its crimson eyes exploded in furious red flames. The armor fell apart, revealing a mass of living darkness within. It stretched its limbs and rose. The saint dropped to the ground, dodged a claw that tried to crush her, and lunged forward. She was right beneath the devil now. Her gauntlet tore through the rusted breastplate and sank deep into the living darkness, right where a human heart would have been. There was no heart, but there was a soul. Her fist closed around something. The crimson flames in the devil's depths blazed wildly, then died. The darkness dissipated like fog. The pieces of armor clattered to the ground. Sonny threw his head back and laughed. Die, die, you bastard! Die and go to hell forever! The voice of the spell whispered in his ear. You have slain a fallen devil, forsaken knight.
Behind the door, a small room was carved into the rock, and in it, a corpse in a dark mantle was chained to the floor inside a circle. Sonny couldn't tell if the corpse belonged to a man or a woman, because there was a strange mask covering its face. He wanted to know what was hiding behind the mask, but as soon as he touched it, the corpse suddenly shattered and fell apart, turning into dust right in front of his eyes. Soon, all that was left was a pile of dust, and the lacquered mask lying on top of it. But just a moment after his fingers touched the sleek surface of the polished wood, the mask suddenly disintegrated and entered into his body, disappearing into the dark depths of his shadow core. The voice of the spell thundered suddenly, louder than it had ever been before. You have received a memory. Stunned by the visage of the mask's spellweave, Sunny hesitated for a bit and summoned the runes that described it. What he saw made him take a step back and gasp. Memory. Weaver's mask. Sunny had to look away for a moment to take a breath. Divine memory of the seventh tier. Holy hell.
Lend me your hate! Lend me your fire! Praise him! Praise him! I am the edge of the blade. I am the cut that ends words. I am the rock that taunts eyes. Sisters of the mounted lady, brothers of the mountain blood, will you fight with me? Are we all gonna die?
Feeling cold dread spread through her body, Aiko trembled and involuntarily turned her head to the tallest point in the Dreamer Army camp. There, on a protruding mound of crimson coral, she saw three figures. One was Saint Nephis herself. The other was her blind oracle. And the third...
Wait. What is that guy doing there?
Slowly, Sonny stepped away from the edge of the chasm, his gaze locked onto Nephis. Darkness lingered in his eyes, cold, unyielding. It's not like we didn't know this would happen, he said, his voice devoid of warmth. We've known for a long time, haven't we? Nephis held his stare for a moment before offering a bitter smile. We did. Indeed, they had always known. From the moment Sonny first grasped the meaning of Cassie's vision, he had understood the inevitable truth. One day, to survive, he would have to kill Nephis. How does one come to terms with the knowledge that one day they will have to kill the person they care for the most? This truth had festered in the depths of his mind, burden he chose to bear alone. It was the reason he had spent months wandering the dark city, hunting monsters, and slowly becoming one himself. The weight of his fate was unbearable, yet there was no escaping it. The end had always been written. The final obstacle on Sonny's path back to the real world stood before him, the deadliest one yet. He had battled countless terrifying creatures in the cursed hell of the Forgotten Shore, but none were as formidable or as dangerous as Changing Star. This was destined to be his most grueling battle. To emerge victorious, he needed absolute clarity, unwavering focus. There was no room for emotion, no space for distractions, no doubt, no fear, no regret, no compassion, only determination, only resolve, only the ruthless will to survive. Dust particles shimmered in the beams of white light, streaming through the shattered roof of the ancient chamber. Shadows stretched and coiled, filled with an ominous anticipation. Across from him, Nephis raised the pommel of her sword to her shoulder, ready for battle.
Which means that only one of us can escape.
I don't suppose you'll stay behind and let me go?
I was about to ask you the same.
Not a chance. So, are you ready to die?
As white sparks ignited in the depths of changing stars' eyes, she answered with another question.
What about you?
Let's finish.
this.
Nephis struck again. Her beautiful face remained cold and indifferent, like a flawless alabaster mask. Only the fire in her eyes moved, burning furiously, white hot, like the empty void of a godless sky. Gritting his teeth, Sonny stepped forward to meet her. Their blades clashed once more, sending a jarring tremor up his arm. Yet this time something had changed. He was faster, just a fraction of a second, but enough to intercept her strike with newfound precision. The midnight shard seemed to pull at his hand, guiding it with subtle intent. His movements grew sharper, more precise. The blade carried him forward with just a hint more speed, a touch more accuracy. The weight of each impact felt slightly easier to bear, as if the weapon itself was easing his burden.
He was the last one left standing, not the nightmare creatures of the forgotten shore. Not Horus, that damned hunchback. Not Gunlog, not even Changing Star, the last daughter of the legendary Immortal Flame Clan. Gritting his teeth in anger, Sunny made another step. To hell with you.
Nephis smiled. What about me? Do you think I will die here in this tower? No. I will be fine. I will escape it and survive somehow. I'll find another way out. No matter how long it's going to take me, I will. Nothing will stop me. You know it won't. He stared at her for a while, then glanced at the shimmering gateway. Salvation was so close. You want to travel around the dream realm battling nightmare creatures? Fine. Let's do it together. We can try to go through the hollow mountains and reach the human citadels on the other side. The two of us will have a better chance to survive. The two of us together. It's better than being alone. Right? She hesitated for a long time, then closed her eyes and slowly shook her head. When she spoke, her voice was wistful and tired. No, I can't. I can't let you stay, Sonny. Go. Go and meet your sister. There's something waiting for you in the real world, at least. All that's waiting for me is emptiness, bloodshed, and graves. So go while you can. No.
Nephis opened her eyes and looked at him, a sense of sorrow appearing on her face. Leave me, Sonny. Please. silent for a moment, looking at him with a pained expression. And then she said, making his world crumble,